Hello friends, in the previous video we saw the complete poem There is Another Sky from unit number 2. Today we are going to do some activities and write appreciation of the poem, summary of the poem. They are very important for your final exam. So let's go. Brainstorming activity, and the first activity is discuss with your partner and complete the web highlighting the sad and gloomy aspects of life mentioned in the first part of the poem. Sad and gloomy aspects of life. First is darkness. Second, we can write faded forests. Then silent fields. Next activity, the poet encourages her brother in the second part of the poem by telling him about the brighter side of life. Discuss with your partner and make a list of expressions in the poem that mean encouragement. First is brighter garden. Second, we can write unfading forests. Third, we can write bright bee hum. In the next activities here, the poet has described two different shades of human feelings by using imagery of various forces of nature in the poem. Pick out the terms or the phrases that describe them. Complete the table given below. One is done for you. Here, nature and feelings. For example, faded forests show sad or gloomy. Then silent fields, sorrow or emptiness in life. Then leaf is evergreen, which shows colorful or cheerful life. Then another activity. Here, never mind faded forests or stain. The word faded means dim or faint. The word describes the forests that have become faint or dim in appearance. Now go through the poem again and complete the table. Here describing words are given. Objects we have to select and then write explanation about these describing words with their objects. For example, first is done for you. Faded forests. The forests have become faint or dim in appearance. Then silent fields. And the explanation is, the fields are lying barren and empty. Then unfading flowers. And the explanation is, the flowers are vibrant and colorful. Then bright bee. Explanation is, the bee is lively and busy, humming while at its work. I hear the bright bee hum. The poet has used the word hum that indicates the sound made by the bee. This is an example of onomatopoeia or onomatopoeia. This is a figure of speech when words indicating sound are used is called onomatopoeia. The poet has used different figures of speech like alliteration, inversion and hyperbole in the poem. Identify them and pick out the lines accordingly. Here, this is the box. This is the figure of speech onomatopoeia. Then another is here hyperbole. Here is a brighter garden where not a frost has been. Alliteration. I hear the brighter bee hum. And then inversion, Priti, my brother, into my garden come. Inversion, do you know? English medium students might have studied it. When the order of word is changed. Words are not in correct order. This is inversion. Means words are inverted. Now appreciation of the poem. There is Another Sky is written by Emily Dickinson, who is an American poet from the 19th century. This poem is a Petrarchan sonnet, means it is a 4-line poem divided into 2 parts. The first part is an octave, a line of 8, that is stanza of 8 lines, and second part is a sestet, a stanza of 6 lines. So remember, this poem is a Petrarchan poem. This poem is written as a part of letter addressed to her younger brother. She tries to convince him to return home. The theme dwells upon nature and human feelings as it describes infinite. The lines are short and the language is simple. The poet has used poetic devices like alliteration, antithesis, hyperbole, metaphor, and inversion. Overall, the poem seems like a call to one's siblings to return home because they are missed. The comparisons drawn with the paradise highlight the peace and happiness that a human offers. Now, summary of the poem. How to write summary of the poem? There is Another Sky is written by the American poetess Emily Dickinson. It is a sonnet consisting of 14 lines. The poetess had written to her younger brother asking him to return home. The poem is philosophical in nature. The tone of the poem is encouraging, inspirational, and pleading. The poem begins with the line, "There is another sky," as the poetess is referring to heaven, metaphorically to their home. She describes the beauty of it by telling us that in this place that shines through darkness, means she describes her house as a heaven. The poetess requests her brother to come and join her in his garden that is full of love and warmth, a perfect place just like paradise. The poem appeals to the readers as it pulls the emotional string by evoking or appealing the feeling of longingness for one's home. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Let us stop for here. Wait for the next video. Here I advise all my students to write each and every activity described in this video, and also write down appreciation of the poem and summary of the poem in your notebook. They are very important, and the questions on such type may be asked in the question paper. Thank you.